I'm Fuego here, and this is a Rapido Fuego review, what I like to call my out-of-theater reactions, and it is for the sequel to the ginormous status box office success that was Wicked. Now, we get part two of the story, based on the Broadway stage play, Wicked for Good. So, another movie that I was just talking about Zootopia 2 and how the original one in that regard surprised me a lot, and same goes for Wicked. Now, I was actually very aware of this story long before all the stage success because a girl that I dated for quite a while was a big fan of the book and subsequent other ones that they did after that. And so I was aware of the property and, being a big fan of like the L. Frank Baum source material and like the Marvel comic adaptations and obviously the Judy Garland original, but Return to Oz is like as gangster as it comes in my estimation. I adore that movie. It scarred me, messed me up. So, even if you're kind of playing in the sandbox, but it's all public domain at this point, right? So it doesn't really matter that much. You can do whatever the heck you want with it. And so I was cool with the idea of Wicked and, being a prequel and a backstory. And even though I was not a fan of Maleficent and this whole, let's redeem the villain sort of thing, I thought that they went about it relatively tastefully in the first Wicked film. And more so than anything else because it still seemed plausible within the framework of the source material, you know what I mean? And that is where Wicked for Good really let me down because of the fact that I thought it was just going to stay in that sort of preamble phase and sector and whatnot, and this did not, actually. This catches us up all the way and even further, without getting into any spoilers for those who don't know, to the original Wizard of Oz. And so even though we saw in just a very brief little glimpse in the first Wicked of, Dorothy and the Tin Man and, her little quartet and everything, off to see the wizard and whatnot, this catches us all the way up. It actually ties in certain characters from the first portion of Wicked inhabiting those roles of Dorothy's crew. And I wasn't expecting that, so that was interesting and creative, and I wasn't so down on that little bit. What I thought did not work as well for me is how this really, I think, just kind of bastardized the source material. And I know it's an Elseworlds, it's a what if, whatever, but I just hold that source material so near and dear to my heart that I did not like where they went with this. And also, the reason the first one charmed me as much is because there was a goofy sense of whimsy and whatnot, and the songs were significantly more memorable. So while John M. Chu did a tremendous job directing this, it is a gorgeous looking film, I had big problems with where the story went, and so for that reason, this it made a lot of money. Its original time, they're going to make a sequel. It's not going to be Son of the Witch, but whatever. I wasn't a fan.